Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking into making teams for the upcoming Kizuna Clash for Capone and Pez. I think the boxes are going to be normal. I think this is supposed to be a normal Kizuna, and it's not meant to be a Team Kizuna. So it'll be a lot easier to get the box 7 and get the items that you need. But first and foremost, we're going to look at this guide here. Found on Reddit. All credits go to Pyroman here. Excellent content creator. Makes guides all the time. Does a wonderful job. It looks like my capture card is kind of fading out. Sorry about that. So a big thanks to Pyroman here from Reddit. Big help. Wonderful guy. Love reading his posts. Good stuff here. And we'll be taking a look at his guide to kind of form our teams to combat the Kizuna, which I believe is dropping later today. So let's take a look at we have the strength stage, we have an in stage, and a side stage. So what we want to do first, so kind of the reason why I wanted to format the video this way is to kind of show you guys like how I build my teams. And maybe it'll help, if you struggle building certain teams for certain content, maybe this will help you, figure out ways to easily build teams to, take down certain content like this. Which is why I have my game open on the side here next to the guide. And as you can see, I did pull the Sanji Pudding. I ended up going all the way to 25 multis for them. Was it worth it? Probably not. But you know what? What's done, what's done is done. And I'm very happy with them. So either way, they're going to be mostly what I'm using for the Kizuna. But I want to build teams that everybody can use for the most part. I mean, if you have Sanji Pudding, you're going to most likely use them. So let's build teams that people will most likely have access to. Anyway, so for the strength variant here, we have Cerebral, Fighter, and Striker. So the first thing we need to do is boil it down here. So let's see. Fighter, Cerebral, and Striker. There we go. And let's see. So the majority of the units we're going to want to find here are quick units because they're going to have type affinity against strength. Now, they don't all have to be quick, but, I think like a good baseline is at least 3. But that's going to depend on how far into the Kizuna you actually get. The higher the stages, the more quick units you're going to need to have that affinity bonus to take down the stage. So let's focus on the captain first. If you have VV Rebecca, V2, they are excellent for this. They fit the criteria of the 3 types classes, and they'll get that special turn charge. But, they did come out relatively recently, and I believe this is only their second banner that they've been on. So most people might not have them. Let's take a look here. I believe you could actually use Law and Luffy. Let's see, they start out as Fighter Slasher, so that takes care of that prerequisite. Yeah, Fighter Free Spirit and Slasher Cerebral. Yeah, that'll work. So let's go with an older legend like them. Most people will probably have them. You could also go, I think, with Shanks Crew, actually, since they, they're quick and Psi type. They start out as, they're Cerebral on both ends, so we could technically use both of those, right? They're interchangeable, and you'll just have to supplement their specials with other characters that have similar specials, right? So if you choose, say, Luffy and Law, you're going to have the Orb special covered, and you're going to have to find a Chain Lock sub. You could technically actually bring, like this, like Shanks Crew as a sub, if you want to get that 3.5 chain multiplier lock. Or you can do it vice versa if you'd like. Or you go, maybe you want to use Shanks Crew and use Luffy Law as a sub. Since you can't use any HP cuts or any real damage, Shanks Crew and Luffy and Law are pretty much equal, I would say, since they both have that 4.5 times multiplier. Let's go with Shanks Crew. Alright. So now let's take a look here what the stage actually does. On stage 2, we have Christmas Monet. So she has a 4-turn special bind and a 3-turn chain efficiency down. So let us go here. We'll go to special, and we're going to look for any units that can take care of both of those debuffs simultaneously. Alright, let's see. So, special bind. Alright. And then chain efficiency, efficiency down. I think that's to decrease chain multiplier growth rate. Sorry, I am tired, guys. Apologies for that. Alright, so we can only take out one at a time. So we're going to need... Do we need 2 units? Because, I don't think turn chain efficiency down really matters if you have a chain locker, right? Because it's going to be locked at 3.5 anyways. So let's just look for a 4-turn special bind remover. We want to focus on somebody that's quick, that will do the most damage to this strength unit on to Capone here on stage 3 because he's a strength unit. So we could technically use TM Robin. Actually, does she even get rid of 4-turn? I think she's only 3-turn. Alright, so Robin's kind of out there, unfortunately. But I know for a fact our boy here, Karasu, does 5 turns. So you could use him, and he fits the criteria of being one of the 3 classes that's boosted. You could use this Kizuna Nami here if you have her. I also believe she gives color affinity as well to Strength, Dex, and Quick. And since we want mostly quick units, she would be perfect here as an alternative. Let's see. This is the free-to-play Chopper Man mission Kuma, I think. Only 3 turns though, so he's just short. But once again, it doesn't have to be a quick unit. It's just the easiest that way, right? You know, you can use Sengoku if you pulled him during the Sugo, or if you pulled him during the last Kizuna. Who else? Who else? Like, here we go. This is a fairly common unit, but she's very good. We have the double rare Valentine Shirahoshi. We have TM Jinbei. Just a lot of really good examples of who you can bring. He's a fighter, so he will fit the criteria. And what's really good about the Shanks crew is that it doesn't matter who you bring. They're rainbow, right? So you can bring all colors to them. Same with Luffy and Law. I believe they're rainbow as well. So for the sake of not making this video last a million years, we're going to just do that. And then we're going to... So that's going to take care of stage 2, for the most part. If the chain efficiency down does become a problem, which I doubt it will, then we'll supplement something for that later. So let's go to the final stage here. This is where the majority of our abilities are going to be used. So he's going to change all of our slots to empty, so we need some type of orb manipulation there. And then he's going to 8-turn bind the left column. So we need to put somebody that can get rid of bind on the right-hand side. And with sockets, you're going to go from 8 turns to 5-turn bind. So 5 turns of bind removal is all you need. So let's take care of that first. We'll go to bind. Let's look for a quick unit. It looks... So let's see. I think Pudding here, who, while a great unit, only does 4 turns. I know for a fact here, this Kaku, this quick Kaku does 5 turns. So he's really good. If you have, what is it, Whitey Bay as a support unit maxed out, she works out as well because if you put her on a slasher and they only reduce, what is it, 3 turns of bind, she'll make it to where they reduce it by 5 turns. Let's see. I mean, there are so many bind reducers, and a lot of them are 5 turns, like this Strength Marco here. He would actually be a pretty good choice. The Sengoku again from earlier. Let's see, 5 turns. Coliseum Hody. This guy's one of my favorite units. You can use him as well. He just won't have any type advantage. So, just for the sake of doing the most damage that we can to this guy, we're going to try to look for a bind reducer that is quick once again. And, of course, the new Chiffon, really good. Will work perfectly on this stage. But yeah, if you cannot find somebody that has any of these quick units, actually, I think this Bonnie would probably be perfect too, because she does 5 turns and then she gives you a 1.75 quick boost. Problem is 1.75 is very mediocre these days, right? So you want to most likely, if you do bring her, to activate her after you get a bigger attack boost. Like, let's say you bring like a 2.25 or a 2.5 attack booster, like let's say Soba Mask. You want to activate Soba Mask, then use her. So that way her attack doesn't override his attack. Alright, so we'll go with Kaku. Next, we simply just need somebody who can manipulate orbs to get rid of empty orbs and turn them into mashing orbs. Technically, Shanks' crew can work here too, since they give you 4 matching orbs if you run 2 of them. So let's take a look here. We'll go to slot change. So you have block change slots here, consume slots, change slots. Then we have lock, make them favorable. Let's go to change slots. It looks like looking for empty isn't really going to be optimal here, right? So Snake Man would be actually really good. He's a 2.5 times orb booster. And he will change all your... Does it matter? Do they have to be type orbs? That's my question. I don't think he gets rid of block. Let me see. Changes all slots to character's own type. I'm pretty sure that counts empty. If I'm not, I do apologize, and feel free to correct me in the comments. But again, let's go look for a quick unit here. Somebody common, somebody that people would most likely have. Pudding has Orb Manipulation? I think she gives everybody the same orb that she has, right? Yeah, technically you could bring her, actually. So what you could do is bring Pudding. And honestly, until you get to stage 31, because you're going to want to kill this guy in one turn anyway, so these really don't matter right here. After turn 1, after turn 3, you're going to want to kill him turn 1. The only thing you want to worry about after that is he gets an additional ability at level 31. And his preemptive is a 5-turn damage reduction. But before we get to that, let's take a look at our team here. Now, if you look at the order and putting the units in here, we're going to put Pudding right there. Because when we switch with Shank's crew, he's going to give her a matching orb, right? She'll get her quick orb. Then when you activate her ability, she's going to give everybody quick orbs. Which is kind of what you want to go with, right? And we have Kaku on the right side here. Because if we look again, there is an 8-turn bind on the left column. So you don't want him on the left side, otherwise he's going to get bound. And he won't be able to unbind everybody. So the last thing we need to look for is it looks like a 5-turn damage reduction. So let's look at that real quick. Once again, go into the criterias here. Let us take off the change slots. Enemy effect duration, I think it is. And it'll be the second one here. Once again, let's see if we can find any quick units. I think the new Neptune does 5 turns. If you have him, he would be great to bring here. He also has color affinity for the cerebral units on this team. Since it's Cerebral, Fighter, and Striker. Oh, and he boosts Striker too, so yeah, he's actually pretty perfect here for that color affinity. So he's kind of twofold. You get color affinity, and you get rid of that shield. So you're getting a lot of damage. Now, kind of the only problem with this... Oh, sorry guys, my capture card cut out again. I really don't know what's going on with these days. Might have to get a new one. The only problem with this, though, is we're mainly focusing on the debuffs, right? We actually don't have, like, an orb booster, and that's a problem. So, while Pudding can be manipulated into giving us the orb with Shanks, let's see if we can get an orb booster that can actually also serve twofold as a orb manipulator. So an orb manipulator and an orb booster is what we're looking for here. So let's go here. Clear, special, boost damage, boost slot effects. And then what you're going to want to do as well is go to slot. I think it's just change slot chance. No. Change slots. There we go. So now we'll get all of our orb boosters that can also change orbs. So Snake Man Luffy, if he does get rid of empty, which I think he does, he'll be a pretty prime example. Ooh, does this Hina actually... Yeah, this Hina will work too, and she will give you a 1.75 times orb boost. But that is significantly worse compared to Luffy's, what, geez, 2.5 times? So if you have the Luffy, I would definitely recommend him. That orb boost is massive and will get you through the early stages no problem by himself. And he's Rainbow. So it doesn't matter what class, what types they are on your team, he'll work with them. Let's see what else we could bring. Actually, let's see. Does this cracker get rid of empty? That's the question. Block. Okay. We need someone that can get rid of empty as well. I think Rayleigh does do orb manipulation, but the problem with him is that he does it at a certain threshold of HP. I think it's like 50% or under. Actually, could this kid work? You get bounded, so... It works depending on what debuffs you have, right? Bind, what was it? Bind, Despair, and Paralysis. So this Kuma, this Raid Kuma would actually work too. He's Cerebral, he'll fit on the team, and he will give you that orb manipulation. Yeah, I cannot speak, sorry guys. He'll give you that orb manipulation you need as well. So he'll give you a full board of matching orbs, and you'll get a 1.75 boost. And, I mean, that's admittedly really low, but he is a free-to-play unit if you don't have any other options. But if you have Snake Man, I would definitely recommend him. Definitely recommend anybody that you can bring. That would be a at least 2 times multiplier to your orb boost. This is the treasure map Luffy. Let me see if he gets rid of empty slots. Unfavorable. Okay, RCB, TND, and unfavorable, so he's not quite what we're looking for here. Komurasaki actually might work here too. Actually, she might be great because she would give us an attack boost too, right? To quick and int. That's a problem because Unless we have... I really wish Komurasaki's Sailor ability made her give all units, or at least all quick units, beneficial in orbs. So yeah, it seems like we're a little bit limited here with our options, but if you have any suggestions besides, like, this Luffy, because not everybody might have this Luffy. He's been out for, I think, like half a year now, but he's still kind of elusive, right? But if you run this, what you do is you go into the final stage as Shanks' crew, right? You'll be this form. Or, sorry, no, you'll be Shanks. You'll switch to Shanks' crew. You'll get the 1.5 attack boost. Then you'll get the matching orbs. Then you'll go Luffy. He'll activate his effect to get a full board of matching orbs, and then a 2.5 times multiplier boost to your orbs. And then you can use Kaku to get rid of the bind that you have. Then you can use Karasu, and then you can use... Oh, sorry, you used Karasu in the previous turn. Karasu is used on stage 2 right here, on the preemptive. So you would use Kaku, and then you would finally use the boy Neptune here to give you not only that 1.75 color multiplier, which will apply on this stage to Karasu himself, Kaku, and both Shanks' crews, but he'll also get rid of the damage reduction here on turn... sorry, that appears at level 31 plus for 5 turns of damage reduction from him. So he acts as twofold. He gets rid of the debuff, and he gives you a nice little damage boost. I don't really think besides... Yeah, I honestly think you could just bring... for supports, you could just bring base stat boosters. Like Bullet, you could bring Gold D. Roger if you have him up. Just any stat boost would probably be fine. And as for the ship, just any ship that gives you, you know, the bare minimum 1.5 boost should be good. I already spent so long on that stage, guys. I do apologize. This is my first time working with this format. I'll work on getting it down to where I can get this stuff down quicker. So at versus Ent, so we're going to want to find a primarily Psy team. And Strength, Quick, and Psy, as you can see here, will get that 15-turn special charge cooldown. So let's see. So we have 4 turns of defense up. And then after that, we have just paralysis and 2 turns of special rewind. So let's focus on that first, because not everybody usually goes all the way to stage 30, which is where the extra effects start kicking in, right? So let's hit select all. We'll hit Psy units. Okay, we're good there. We'll hit clear, and now we can see all of our Psy units. Luffy and Sanji would be good. They have that 5 times multiplier. You could use Shanks' crew again, if you have them. As Shanks' crew himself, or Shanks himself is a Psy type. Who else could we use? I mean, if you have Gold Roger, would be perfect here. Why do I keep calling him Gold Roger, man? That is massive disrespect on our boy there. Let's take a look. Technically, you could use V3 Law if you have him as well. He does have that 4.5 times multiplier as long as you don't take... As long as you have him at max HP. Who else would work well here? I'm trying to make sure that we can get units that are at least a 4.5 multiplier. I guess Stampede Luffy would work here too, right? If you just run nothing but subs. He would be easier to build around too because he only buffs himself. But I'm not sure how much damage that'll do long term, right? So it really depends. I don't know if he's a safe choice. You could also use Boa as well if you like using her and you have her. She gives you a really big attack boost with her super type, and her super type's really easy to achieve. But for the sake of ease, let's pick the maybe not the oldest unit, but let's pick Roger. A lot of people have been summoning since he came out. I think we've had like 3-4 banners with him on it, so it's a safe choice that most people might have him at this point. So we'll use Roger. He'll have the attack bonus as well with his super ability. So let's take care of the 4 turns of defense up. Alright, let's go to special, enemy defense reduction, defense up. So anybody here that can get rid of it. Queen would be good. I like Queen because he also gives you a chain lock for a single turn for 3 times. Very good. So he's offensive and defensive at the same time. You could use Swimsuit Robin as well. Big W of a unit. Or I'd also recommend this Sai Ivankov as well. Or if you know you're more free to play, you can use the Sotama as well. I believe she does take care of 4 turns. Yeah, she does. So let's put Otama there. Let's do the most free to play friendly units. Alright, so next let's go to Bege. Is it Bege or Bege? Probably Bege, that sounds right. So let's first focus on the paralysis. Alright, so let's go to effect duration, paralysis. And now, once again, it's cycling us by side types here. I'm almost certain that Jinbei is going to be like one of our best options because he will also give us a color affinity boost. You want to try to find that. You want to find a good mix of offense and defense. Offense being your boosts, and defense being getting rid of their debuffs. Getting rid of paralysis, defense up, damage reduction, despair bind, all that juicy stuff. Who else would work here? We need to get 5 turns at the very least. You can use Legend Chopper, but he doesn't give you any offensive boosts. He'll just get rid of the paralysis. So just by looking firsthand, I'm going to say that Jinbei is going to be... And I think if you've been playing for the past couple months, you'll have this Jinbei, right? Alright, so next, let's go to the Special Rewind. That's always kind of nasty, since you have to usually have a unit limit broken to have them immune to that limit reverse, or that special reverse. That should be at the bottom here. They have it kind of in a tricky area. It should be under Other. And you want to go to Reduce Special Charge. Alright, we have a couple options here. Yeah, I like this Nami a lot, but she kind of overlaps in the fact that she also gives color affinity. And the homie Jinbei's already got that taken care of. Let's take a look here at Garp. I think he's 2 turns. Alright. If Captain... Cerebral, Slasher. Yeah, this guy would work well with Roger, Free Spirit Slasher. He'll give you an attack bonus, and he'll give you the reduction as well. But Roger does give us an attack bonus as it is. But you could use this guy. You could use the TM Garp if you wanted to. What we're really missing right now is an Orb Booster. We have Affinity, we have Attack. Actually, we're missing 2, technically, but it depends on how much damage you need. We're missing an Orb Booster and a Chain Locker. I think, technically, you could run a friend, Shank's crew, and they would take care of that Chain Lock for you, if you needed more damage. But for the sake of the video, let's pick Garp, since he will take care of that, and he will also boost everybody's, cooldowns by 2 turns. Let me look at it one more time, though. I think it's just if the captain is that, he'll boost everybody on the crew. Yeah, okay. So he should work. If you have any other suggestions that would really work, just feel free to leave them in the comments. I would definitely appreciate that. Let's take a look here. Or if you don't have any of these units and if you want any recommendations, just send me a message, guys. I will respond to every single one that I get. Alright, let's see. So now we just need an Orb Booster. So we're going to go back all the way up to, whoops. Not damage, but boost damage. And then we're going to go to slot effects. We have a lot of options here. Wano Law is probably your best one, since you also get the Chain Lock boost as well. I think it's either 0.7 or 8 or 1.1. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of a different character. So he'll set your minimum value to 2.5, and then it grows all the way to 35.0. So if you have this Wano Law, I would definitely grab him. I'm probably going to personally take him myself. Let's see. We kind of want anything that's 2 times multiplier or higher. The TM, Sanji, and Nami, I believe, is double. But they're only double for Fighter and Free Spirit. So they're a little restrictive. I know Roger's a Free Spirit. Let's take a look. I know Garp probably is. He's usually Strength... No, sorry. He's usually Fighter, Free Spirit, Powerhouse. Alright, so he would this would actually work, I think. Yeah, you could use these guys. So very free to play friendly here. You'll get a 2 times Orb Boost. You'll get a 3 times attack multiplier with Roger. And then depending on your HP, you'll get up to a 2 times color affinity multiplier with the homie Jinbei here. Yeah, if your HP is full, which it should be, because I don't think you'll be taking any damage beforehand. Alright, and the ship, like, you could probably, like, for damage, like max damage, I would recommend the Liberal Hind, since if you have 6 Psy units, you will get, I believe it's a 1.7 times attack boost. You'll be doing a lot of damage. If you don't have the ship, just go with any free-to-play ship that is just 1.5. You'll be just fine. And we'll go to the final stage here, which will be versus size. So we want int types here. Select all. We're going to hit int. We're going to clear. And look for captains. Kaido versus Big Mom. You can use Big Mom if you do have her. They are relatively new, so I'm not expecting everybody to have them. You could use V3 Katakuri. He's usually a very big MVP since he gets around immunity, and he'll give a conditional buff to units that are delayed. You could use Halloween Law. Let's see. So those are 3 choices that I would personally recommend. Who is the most free-to-play friendly, though? That's mostly what we're looking for. In hindsight, though, I probably should have written down some bullet points for you guys to make this easier, so I once again do apologize. You could probably... Let's see. Let's first take a look at the cooldowns right here on the right side. Cerebral, Shooter, and Slasher. I completely skipped that. I apologize. So let's go to Shooter, Slasher, and Cerebral and see what our options are then. So never mind. You couldn't use Big Mom. Alright, but yeah, you could use the Halloween units, you could use Mihawk, you could use Law, you could use Halloween Ace, he does go up to a 4x multiplier. Heck, you could even use Pudding if you wanted to. I mean, she's pretty decent, actually, as just a solo int booster, with a 4.25 multiplier. I guess you could also use Sabo and Koala, huh? Who would be the easiest to build around? Ace is older, so let's go with him. Not to mention, I like him because he gives you a 2.5 multiplier to, I think, shooters. Shooters and fighters. So, since we only boost out of those 2 shooters, it would be restricting us. So maybe Ace wouldn't be the best choice. We want more of a unit that has a more broad special that'll cover multiple facets. Like, immediately, Halloween Law and Mihawk are coming to mind, though, for sure. Because they boost just all int types with their special. Sabo and Koala will only boost Cerebral out of these 3, being Cerebral, Shooter, Slasher. The other type being Free Spirit. But they're sadly not boosted. I'm trying to think of what it would be most accessible for everybody else here, you know? Akainu wouldn't work very well because he doesn't, you know, his effect doesn't actually work here because the normal attack only debuff that he's going to have here on stage 3. Let's go with Pudding. Let's have some fun with Pudding. I love Pudding. Let's build with her. And she covers both types. And you can reuse a special if you use it on, like, turn 2 to kill the second boss here on stage 2. So let's get to the preemptive. Turns slots into either RCB or TND, and locks them. Ooh. So we either need... Technically, you could use, if you go with a full Cerebral team, you could use Zunisha here, and he would actually just give you completely matching orbs. So let's try to build a Cerebral team. Yeah, that sounds fun. Just so we can abuse Zunisha. So we're just going to go to Select... We're going to clear everything out, and then we're going to go to Cerebral. There we go. Alright. So, I don't think you'll have much trouble with that. Let's take a look at what we're going to build for the final stage, and then we'll build for turn 2. Simply because, depending on what damage dealers that we have, we can use our Pudding on stage 2. After we use our damage dealer, copy their ability, and then use it on stage 3. Right? Alright. So, Despair for 8 turns. You'll have sockets that'll reduce that to 5. So anybody that can get rid of 5 turns. And then anybody that... Wow, that's pretty easy. He only just changes all slots to block. That's it. Alright, so let's go to that first. Slot. Slot change. I know there's one for block. There we go. So we do have a few options. Shanks would be actually very good here because not only would he take care of the slots, he'd give you a chain multiplier boost by 0.9 and a 2.25 attack boost for your int units. And he's a really old unit. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, we don't want to use Sabo and Koala because they wouldn't boost Pudding. No, they would boost Pudding, but they would... Actually, no, yeah. We could use them. We're looking for Cerebral. I'm so dumb right now, guys. So yeah, I think Shanks is the oldest, so let's pick Shanks. Very good, so now we have our attack booster, and we have somebody to get rid of the block orbs. Alright, now let's get rid of that Despair. We're going to hit Clear, we're going to go to Effect Duration, and then hit Despair, right? I believe Neptune will get rid of that by 5 turns, and then give us an Orb boost as well. Cerebral and Powerhouse units, which is what we're looking for. So you can use this Coliseum Neptune. If you have this Yasop, which is a Kizuna only unit, you could use him. He would only specifically get rid of the Despair though. He wouldn't give us any type of bonus besides that. So for free-to-play units, let's go with the Neptune here. So you're getting a 2.25 boost there with Shanks, a 1.75 Orb boost with Neptune. And that'll take care of all the effects, actually, until we get to stage 30 here, which will add a 5-turn damage threshold. So let's see if we can find the 2 other damage effects we're missing, which is a Chain Lock and a Color Affinity booster. Let's get the Color Affinity booster first. We're going to go to Boost Damage, and we're going to look for Boost Type effects. So we do not have as many options here. We do have this Halloween Crocodile, who is free to play. And he doubles the type effects and normal attacks for any characters by 1 turn while being Cerebral. Let's take a look here. We have this 5-star Cerebral Robin and Crocodile. They will give everybody 1.75 times a Color Affinity boost, which is pretty decent. Is she only shooters? I'm pretty sure she's only shooters, so no. Skip past her. This is Stampede Robin. I'm pretty sure she's a 1.75 booster for Int, Strength, and Quick. Yes, she is, so you could use her. Shinobu and Nami. Let's see. Yeah, Color Affinity by 1... So, strength-wise, it looks like Crocodile is going to be our best bet. The 2 times multiplier to the Color Affinity is going to be really good. And before we move on to any Chain Lock, we need to make sure that we can get rid of this threshold. That'll start appearing on stage 30. Alright, let's see. So we're going to hit Clear, we're going to go to Effect Duration on Enemy, Threshold. So we have a few options here. 5 turns, huh? So we have Halloween, Boa Hancock. She will get rid of that completely. Very good. I think this chopper is only 4 turns, but I could be wrong. Yeah, so you can use this chopper as well. So those are 2 really good options. I'm pretty sure Hyogoro's 4 turns. Not Hyogoro, sorry, brand new is 4 turns. Yeah, so he would just be short, so I would not bring him. If you don't have these 2, once again, they don't need to be exclusively Int types. You can go into other colors if you don't have anybody that's in, right? So you can just hit all 5 of these, and then you have extended options, like a lot of them. We'll go back there, and look. Praline would be good, she's 5 turns. Dogstorm would be good, he's 5 turns. Quick Nami's good. So yeah, I mean, those are just a bunch of options that you can partake. Robin's 5 turns. But if you want to stick to it, just stick strictly to Int. Simply because... Actually, I'm dumb. Because I'm pretty sure putting only boosts in anyways, guys. My apologies for that. So yeah, if you don't have any Int units, we'd have to definitely use a different captain. But those are pretty common units, where if you've been pulling on banners for the past couple months, you'll most likely have them. So you should be good to go with them, honestly. But if you don't have any of these units, and you maybe don't have Pudding, just send me a comment, and I'll give you some recommendations on what you could run. I'm more than happy to reply to any comments, and just let me know what you have, like captain-wise, like what your best Int captain is, and we can work together and make a team for you to help you beat this event. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much going to be it for the video. Real quick, just for the sake of completion, we're going to go back here, hit this, and we're going to add Boa. So we have the Affinity boost, we have the 2.25 attack boost, and then we have the 1.75 Orb boost with Neptune. So, back to what I was talking about earlier, though, with Stage 2, what you could do is pop Shanks, then use your Pudding to copy his effect, and it'll reset her cooldown. And then use her on turn 3 to copy Shanks' effect. But does she actually copy the Orb? I think she has Manipulation on her own, actually. Yeah. Yeah, she does have block and... Wow. I totally forgot how actually good she is. She has Orb Manipulation of her own on top of being able to copy an ability effect. I don't know if it's only limited to just Orb and Attack. It might be Affinity as well. Let's take a look. One Crew's damage boosting effect. I actually think she could copy Affinity. So technically you could probably use... Well, you wouldn't want to use Crocodile on Stage 2 here because Affinity doesn't do anything against a Strength unit, right? It has no power over Strength. So yeah, so something like this. These are some pretty easy to build teams. Once again, guys, if you have any questions, just let me know. This video is already long enough as it is. I apologize. The next time I make one of these, it's going to be significantly shorter. I'm going to write down some bullet points. But like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you did. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I will be uploading content daily, unless there's like some rare exclusion. Maybe I'm really tired or something one day, or maybe I'm sick, or I sleep in too long, who knows. Anyways, guys, that'll be it. I'll catch you next video, and good luck in Kizuna Clash. I'll see you next time.